Revelation 3365. From the 13th of December 1944. Right will, right prayer. Short thought. The right will also guarantees the right prayer. Although the human being is often unable to gather himself for intimate dialogue with God, if his will is turned towards God, he will also overcome such weak states and time and again be able to establish the connection with God, for God himself meets him according to his will and draws him to himself. He gives him the strength to separate himself and eliminate every earthly disturbance, even if only for a short time. For even a heartfelt thought towards him is a prayer pleasing to him, which he evaluates accordingly. And the coming time will often confront the human being with this test of will, for it will so assail him that it will be difficult for him to hold a longer dialogue with God in complete seclusion, and yet he will not leave his children in distress, and his children are all who strive towards him, who want to live to please him, who take advantage of every opportunity to converse with him, who thus pray fervently because they want to belong to him and need strength and help to do so. God knows about the human being's will, and he does not demand a long prayer but a constant opening of himself to his grace, which happens through a will turned towards God and a pleading thought for the provision of strength and grace. And the greater the need, the more intimately people will have to pray, that is, the more desirously they will send him a heartfelt supplication, entrust themselves to him and expect his strength of grace. A heartfelt prayer has to start from the heart. It has to rise from the depth of the heart to the height. It does not need a form which is outwardly recognizable. It does not need well-set words. It has to arise in loving prayer. It does not need a form which is outwardly recognizable. The earthly child must devote itself to its father in loving intimacy, trustingly present its hardship to him and ask him to avert it or to give it the strength to endure everything God imposes on it. And the person whose will strives towards God will also always be able to raise his thoughts to God, for God himself comes to meet him because he helps those who desire him. Amen.